if you look at on the American dollar bills, there's that famous pyramid with the all-seeing eye on top. You know what I'm talking about, I'm sure. And what I don't hear a lot of people talking about the fact that that symbol, when you look at the pyramid, the bottom of the pyramid, this incomplete pyramid, it's obviously 3D. Like you see the different shape, the different sides of the shape. So you can tell it's a 3D object that is being rendered. And the triangle on top with the eye, what I don't hear a lot of people say, it is not 3D. It's a 2D. It has no depth. It's only a triangle with an eye, but there's nothing behind. There's no depth to it. And that led me to think, you know, like, I often wonder what's at the top of this pyramid. Like, we're obviously in a sort of pyramid-shaped control system. As you can see, there are many versions of this pyramid-shaped control system that have been put forward through the years. I'm not saying one or the other is the right answer, but it seems obvious that we're in a pyramid-shaped system. And no matter which system you look at, the top of the pyramid is always represented the same way, with a 2D triangle and an eye, an all-seeing eye inside. And what's at the top? A lot of people are wondering. It's obviously not governments. There's, you know, the banks and the corporations, and there's the secret societies, but that's still a lot of people. Who's controlling them? So some people think it's extraterrestrials. There's all kinds of theories. And it's probably people we've never heard about, by the way. Because why would they show themselves? Why would they show themselves to us? They don't care. But the idea was that when it's being represented as a symbol, the top of the pyramid is in 2D. And that leads me to believe that maybe, it's just a theory, maybe what's at the top is not something physical. It's not something of our realm. It's not something that's supposed to be there. It's sort of an anomaly. And because it seems that whoever's controlling has a lot of power, I think a lot of people's perception is that maybe they're from higher dimensions or higher realms. If we're stuck in 3D, maybe they're from 4D, 5D, something like that. But I believe that maybe they're from 2D. Have you ever thought about that? What if there are sentient creatures, I don't know how to call them, maybe not physical, like sort of demonic kind of, I guess that would be the way the words we can use as humans to understand it, the sort of demonic creatures, beings that were stuck in 2D and that were aware that we exist in 3D and that we're somehow capable of interacting with us in certain ways, in subtle ways, not physically, through thoughts, through I guess I want to say through energies, through controlling, influencing energies around us. And what if they're jealous? That's sort of my whole theory, because you ever had someone in your life that was really jealous, like I don't want to say bad words, but someone really jealous that's trying to ruin your life just out of jealousy? I think that's what we're dealing with. I think we're dealing with something that's not physical, that can influence us somehow, and that has this kind of jealousy, which would explain why every time they do something, it's a perversion of something that we've created. It's something that already exists. But these things never create anything. The enemy never creates anything new. It's always just a perversion of what is already there, because maybe that's all they can do. All they can do is take what's there and flip it in a way that will be never seen such a small bike make as much noise. Anyways, they flip it in a way that will give them power by taking away our power. Anyways, it's just a theory. We'll probably talk about it some more eventually, but maybe keep it in mind that I like this image of them being 2D, because it means they don't really have power over us. We control 3D right now, and we're even going beyond. And these things, whatever they are, will be left behind, which is always what I've said about what we're going through, is you don't need to fight the system. You build another system and you leave the old system behind. And I think that's an excellent image, you know, with this 2D thing. Like, yeah, send us all the energies you want, the bad things, try to control us. We're going away, man. It's like you're ringing at a doorbell and the house is empty. So you just keep ringing, do whatever you want. I just rewatched this video and wanted to add something about this, the pyramid symbol and the triangle on top. To me, the pyramid symbolizes our civilization, our sort of building, our evolution, and it's in 3D. So it's our 3D evolution that is aiming for something higher. And then there's this 2D triangle that comes on top that is trying to stop this evolution and even devolve humanity. And I believe that the end goal of this, and we're kind of seeing it these days, is to bring people towards a Borg type AI way of living, like, which would be the equivalent, like a technological equivalent of a 2D life, 2D reality. What I mean by that is that, well, first of all, it's pretty obvious that everything is done to cut us from, I guess, the divine, from anything beyond 3D. Anything better than 3D is being cut by the movies that are out there, by the politics, by the music, by anything related to a spiritual, sorry, anything related to a positive spiritual evolution is being cut off, is being suppressed, and we're bombarded with ideas that just feed the 3D and the lower part of the 3D existence, pushing us, always this triangle pushing us down towards the 2D. And at the same time, what is being pushed forward a lot is the whole metaverse thing. So basically, the sort of ruling elite, we gotta find another words for besides elite. They're so not an elite. But anyways, those ruling things seem to want people to be always connected to internet, always less and less in a physical. 3D is the physical, so less and less in the physical thing. So no activity, no going outside, or as little as possible. You got to have your what do you call it? There's a huge fly in my apartment. I don't know what she wants. Always connected to your your headphones and your big virtual reality goggles. I forget the name, and basically in the metaverse and being less and less physical. So not only are we cut off from the divine, stuck in 3D and the lower part of 3D, and then we're being even cut off from that and encouraged to do non-physical things, which are not very intellectual either. It's basically just being entertained, but in a 2D world. And so when I was saying that maybe what is in 2D is these demonic things, what I also believe is that it might not be just a demonic, it might be sort of a almost like a demonic AI. I believe there's something artificial. I believe we might be dealing with a like a cosmic artificial intelligence thing that might be that is acting demonic. I'm not sure how to, like, maybe like a combination of both. I don't know. Like, these things are a little bit beyond our comprehension right now. I'm not even sure we have words in our dictionaries to describe exactly what it is we're facing. But I just wanted to bring to the discussion this theory that maybe we're dealing with something that is 2D and that is trying to stop us from not only from evolving from 3D to something higher, which would be something more divine, but then not only cutting us from the higher existence in 3D possible, which would be having a great physical life, but lower, lower, lower. And now it's even trying to cut off 3D and bring us down to 2D. It's basically trying to do that because I believe their ultimate goal, if kept unchecked, is to put a human consciousness with a human soul into a machine. So you basically don't have physicality anymore. Your physicality will not be your body. It will be a machine that they control. It's controlled by someone else. But your consciousness will be in the machine. And that is basically, it's a very satanic, Luciferian kind of idea. It's sort of perpetual torture. Your soul is trapped in a machine controlled by someone else. So not only are you incapable of escaping, but you're aware of it. You're aware that you're being used and abused and probably tortured in some way, and you have no control over it. And I think that's what they want. I think this sort of AI demonic thing, whatever it is, gets energy or pleasure, or it gets something out of this, out of creating this sort of havoc, out of making other beings suffer. And I do believe there might be a sense of jealousy somewhere where that thing is aware that it cannot have the power that humans possess, which is to be in physicality and to even go higher towards the divine. And I think the way out is to keep pushing towards the divine and to reject anything that is lesser than the best that life has to offer, basically. So, which means fighting for freedom, and manifesting the best everything for us, and being the best that we can be every day in everything we do, which is not an easy thing to do, especially when we're surrounded by that much crap. But I think a lot of us are doing it. And I'm hoping that these videos help people understand a little bit better what the game is about and where they fit in within that game. Feel free to let me know what you think about this whole theory. I may be completely off, I don't know, but I've heard and seen a lot of things that point me in that direction, and that sort of visualization of what the story might be helps me, gives me a direction, helps me make choices, maybe smarter choices. So I hope it helps you too. So thank you for listening. Ciao.